I never thought anything like this would happen to me. I'm 28, I live alone, and nothing about my life ever felt dramatic enough to be a story. Until last year. That's when I realized someone had been watching me. Someone who didn't plan to stop. It started small. So small, I didn't catch it at first. Every morning I leave my apartment at the same time. I walk to the coffee shop a couple blocks away, grab the same drink, and take the same bus to work. Routine can be comforting, but it can also make you predictable. One morning, I noticed a guy standing across the street as I locked my door. Hoodie up, head lowered. I didn't think much of it. People stand around all the time. But when I walked down the sidewalk, I noticed him behind me. Not close, maybe 20 feet, but matching my pace. When I got to the coffee shop, he didn't go inside. He just stood by a lamppost, staring down at his phone. I shrugged it off, but the next morning, he was there again. Same spot, same distance behind me. Same vibe. And once you notice a pattern, you start to see everything. Over the next few days, the weirdness built up. He showed up on my evening walk home. He stood across the street when I took out my trash. One night, when I came home late, I saw a shadow move behind the dumpster near my building. And for a moment, I swear it was him. At that point, I told myself I was just being paranoid. My job was stressful, I hadn't been sleeping well, and true stalkers were something you hear about online, not something that happens in your normal, boring life. But then the incident happened. One night, I was brushing my teeth, standing near the window above my sink. My apartment is on the second floor and faces the back alley. Usually it's dead quiet, but as I leaned over the sink, I felt something off, like I was being watched. I turned off the faucet and listened. Nothing. Then, instinctively, I looked out the window. At first, I didn't see anything. It was dark except for a dim streetlight. But as my eyes adjusted, I saw movement behind a dumpster. And then, 2 eyes, staring up at me, not blinking. It was him. The same guy. Hoodie, posture, everything. I froze. My toothbrush slipped out of my hand. My heart slammed against my chest so hard it hurt. I stepped back from the window and grabbed my phone with shaking hands. I didn't call the police. You'd think I would, but fear messes with your logic. I kept thinking, what if he runs away before they get here? What if they think I'm overreacting? What if he's just some random guy? I ended up doing nothing. And that night, I barely slept. The next morning, I checked the alley before leaving. He wasn't there. I convinced myself he was gone. But when I walked out my front door, there he was, standing on the opposite side of the street, watching me lock up. This time, he didn't hide it. He didn't pretend to be on his phone or wait for me to pass. He just stared. That was the moment I realized this wasn't paranoia. He knew where I lived, where I walked, my routine, everything. And he wasn't trying to be subtle anymore. That day at work, I couldn't focus. My manager even asked if I was feeling sick. I said yes, just to leave early. On the bus ride home, I kept checking every reflection, every window, every stop. I felt like a deer, constantly listening for footsteps. When I arrived at my apartment building, I didn't see him. For the first time in weeks, there was no shadow, no hoodie, no eyes watching me. I actually sighed with relief. That night, I decided. I was done being scared. I was done doing nothing. But I didn't plan anything dangerous. I planned something smart. I changed clothes into something non-noticeable, grabbed a spare hoodie, and waited until the building got quiet around midnight. Then, I set up a simple trap. I placed my phone by the window with the camera recording the alley. Then I moved to my couch and sat in the dark, just listening. At 1:17 a.m., my phone lit up, motion detected. My heart nearly stopped. I crawled back to the window and peeked down. There he was again, standing in the exact same place, looking up at the window. But this time, he stepped closer, out of the shadows, into the light, and his hood fell back. I saw his face for the first time, and I recorded everything. The next morning, I didn't go to work. I didn't go outside at all. I took the videos, the timestamps, even older footage from the building's exterior camera, and I went straight to the police. This time I wasn't afraid they wouldn't believe me, because I had proof. Turns out, the guy had been reported before. Not arrested, just suspicious behavior. But this time, my evidence was enough for a restraining order, and for officers to go question him directly. And here's the part that both scared me and relieved me. He admitted it. He told them he'd taken an interest in me. He said he wanted to get to know me better. Like that somehow made it okay. But after the police got involved, he disappeared from my life completely. The officers kept an eye on my block for a couple weeks. My landlord added better lighting and a new camera system, and I stopped walking the same route every day. It took months to feel normal again. Sometimes I still catch myself checking corners or listening for footsteps. But I'm proud of myself for how I handled it. I didn't fight him. I didn't confront him. I didn't do anything reckless. I did something smarter. I made him visible. Stalkers thrive in the shadows, in doubt, in fear. But once you shine a light on them, once you make their actions undeniable, that's when they lose their power. And the best part? I got my life back. Not all at once, not immediately, but day by day. And now, when I lock my door in the morning, I don't look over my shoulder anymore. Not because I'm fearless, but because I finally learned that fear doesn't control me anymore.